Warning, the following podcast has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions which may cause offense today. This podcast is also the sole opinion of just one person, and that person is me. So, if you happen to get offended easily, sorry, suck it up and enjoy life anyway.
What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? No! Son of a bitch!
Welcome, ladies and gents, to another great podcast episode of Time for Crazy. I am your host, Cracker Joe. Stick around today because we're going to have a great show and a great frickin' time. I'll discuss shit from my daily life and my past just for laughs and see if you can relate. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast to get the latest episodes right to your phone or tablet. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Stick around. It's going to be a crazy good time. Well, supposedly that's what they say. Crazy good time. I like that idea. I like the concept of it, but I just want to, I don't know. Should we get crazy? I think we should get fucking crazy. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, for another season of Time for Crazy. I'm your host, Cracker Joe. I am the host that is crazier than most. I'm the one and only host of a podcast, Time for Crazy. Time for Crazy is also brought to you by Lighten Up Body Spray for those with the stank of cancel culture reigning on America. People, it's simple to use. You apply it once a day in the morning to keep you relaxed and calm during radical events all day long. Some examples of those radical events you run into would be when you put racism first just to divide people or get someone, when you're offended by hearing other people's jokes and opinions, or thinking that all kids need trophies, so much more. So you yank up your pants, tighten up your belt, and get a handle on life with Lighten Up. Yeah, I mean, for real. People need to get a handle on life and quit worrying about all the little shit so much. Quit worrying about other people and their shit. How about that? Start there. Let's do that. But anyway, Time for Crazy. I'm going to tell you about the last 5 years of my life, which is crazy. Go figure. It's in the title. Anyway, only the past 5 years. So it's not that bad. It's not going to be that bad. Early 2018, I was relieved from work duties. I was put on disability. It sucks. I can't work. When I do odd jobs from time to time, it helps with the income, but other than that, it sucks. But it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. There's my cane in the background. I got to use that from time to time because I get dizzy and dingy. Anyway, with that being said, moving on. Also, because I was waiting to get on Social Security, which takes about 1.5 years, 2 years, I was evicted from my place that I lived at. I had to move in with my mom, me and my daughters. My 2 teenage daughters had to move in with my mom in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, mind you, my mom lived in one apartment. My aunt and grandma lived in another apartment. And we had a friend of the family that lived in a different apartment. We all kind of sprawled out between those 3 fucking apartments. We did this shit for 18 months, okay? It was pathetic. I know, but it is what it is. But I raised 2 daughters living there and didn't get any help from their mother. Bummer. Anyway, in late 2019, I received my disability. I bought a trailer. Bought a trailer for me and the kids. Bought a 3-bedroom. It was really nice. Bought some furniture. Bought myself a truck. SUV for me and the daughter to drive. Gave mom a bunch of money, of course, for helping us, and everything was grand. Everything was great. Started a podcast. I was bored. I didn't need something to do, you know. So anyway, and then late 2020, we got ripped off from my ex-wife. She was supposed to give us a bunch of money out of her taxes, and she didn't. She lied about it, and instead of giving it to us, she turned around and waved it in front of my daughters and said, "Hey, I'll buy you stuff. And on top of doing that, they picked up and left. They bounced. And I tried to explain to my daughter that their mother ripped us off. But she didn't care because their mother said she was getting a car. So I wanted to go visit with this car. I wanted to see what this fucking car was that her mom was going to buy because I know her mom. She flipped out. Thought I was keeping her from going to get a car, well, which was not the case at all whatsoever. But anyway, long story short, they moved. She got a $500 car that didn't even run. She had to put $1,500 almost into it in order to get it up and running, which then it kept breaking down. It was a piece of shit. Now, my wife kept $4,000. She spends $500 on her daughter for a car. Now, out of $4,000, wouldn't you think you'd spend like $15,000, $2,000 at least for your daughter for a fucking car, a reliable transportation for her to get to work, to get to school, take her sister to school? It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, and I ain't talked to the kids in a while because of it. Drama. 2021, after not hearing from the girls in months, I sold out. They weren't coming back home, so I told them to come get their stuff. I sold the trailer, downsized into a studio apartment downtown Waterloo. Nice loft apartment. It was like 20-foot vaulted ceilings and whatnot. It was pretty cool. Gave my mom more money after I sold my trailer. I had a chunk of change, so I gave her some money for some things that she wanted to pay off, and kicked it in a badass apartment. Unfortunately, when I was in said badass apartment, I saw these little scooters that were starting to get set up around downtown. And later on, I was riding one. Now, these little fuckers go like 15 miles an hour, top speed. And I was going along by the library, coming around the corner. The last thing I remember is coming around the corner. The next thing I remember is waking up on the sidewalk, face down. I have a medical condition, Vasovagal syndrome. Causes me to faint, pass out. My blood pressure fluctuates too much. If I get stressed, if I get anxious, if I get overheated, that sort of stuff will make me pass out. Unfortunately, I passed out while standing on a scooter at 15 miles an hour, hit the curb, and went flying. Shattered my left shoulder. Still messed up today, actually. It's been pretty bad. I've already had one surgery. I got another one I got to do, but I'm not looking forward to that either. So, yeah, that really sucked. 2022, I moved in with a friend to a 2-bedroom duplex, which was a shithole. And now, I lived in these duplexes before in the past when they were owned by somebody else. And now that these slumlords were running it, Caliber Group Property Management. Did I say that? Oh my gosh, I said their name. I don't care. Anyway, Caliber Group Property Management, they ended up letting me move into a place that was never cleaned, never vacuumed, and it was never shampooed. It wasn't painted. Nothing was done. Closet doors weren't even put on. Upon arguing with these idiots to try and get something done and get these things taken care of, I ended up doing it myself, mostly, and charging them a whole month's rent. By law, you can do that. But anyway, that pissed them off. They didn't like that at all. Oh, well, not my problem. I kicked my roommate out. Things weren't working out. And I was falsely evicted later on. I decided that it was time to go, and I told the landlord, I said, look, you don't like me, and I can't stand you, so why don't you just sign off my lease, and I'll leave. This was like 4:30 in the afternoon one day. 10 after 8 the next morning, he's calling me saying, I got it done. So I went down there and I signed the papers and I got out of my lease. I moved out at the end of August last year. And unfortunately, when I moved out the end of August, uh, these idiots filed eviction the day I moved out. What kind of stupid shit is that? But then they retracted it the next day, just so it's on my record and it looks bad. Faggots. Moved in with a friend, started staying with a friend in Cedar Falls, and was just looking for my own place again, something small, blah blah blah. You know the old story, the old rigmarole, and ended up not working out there. Late 2022, moved from the friend's place and became homeless. Was staying in hotels with the help of my daughter, help of a friend. I was sleeping in my car for a few months, and then I got this apartment that I'm in now. The sufficiency apartment, and it's perfect for me because I don't need no shit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because around these parts, I rule. This is my shit, and I can tell people,
Go away, boy, you bother me.
and don't come around. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was homeless until March 2023. That's April. How about that? Which brings us up to today. I wanted to tell you, now that I got through all of that stuff, a little bit of my past, a little bit about my history, why my show's been kind of sporadic the last few years because of the shit that I've been going through the last few years, okay? I apologize. Seriously. But brings us to today. I'm self-sustained unless I have a serious bad fall again. Now, I've fainted and falling out of an office chair, okay? And upon doing so, broke my nose, scarred up my forehead and face. There was another time I broke my pinky toe and dislocated it. Yeah, broke and dislocated a pinky toe. It's still fucked up now. I can't even feel it when I walk. It just flops. It's ridiculous. So I've broken a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of head injuries, and I've had quite a few cuts, bruises, and staples. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Can't stop it. There's no medication you can take, and there's nothing else I can really do except when I fall and try and get somebody's attention. My doctor wants me to get one of those "help, I've fallen and I can't get up" buttons. No thanks. I'll pass. I'll get the fuck out of that one for real fast. So nothing beats sleeping in an apartment where you can stretch out. That is the positive experience I'm sharing with you now. Because I know that some of you guys out there have been through some of the stuff that I just spoke about. Maybe your kids defied you and they bounced on you after raising them for 15, 16 years. Maybe it was you got homeless. Maybe it was because you helped your mom as in she burned you, like mine did, which I didn't tell you about. That's a whole different episode. Watch, or why don't you listen to my misinterpreting text messages? That's part of it. So we'll see how long that actually goes.
What the fuck?
This What the Fuck moment of the week is brought to you by Look Past It Prescription Wear. It is time we have prescription wear for every American who was always throwing those crybaby fits. Yes, people, with this prescription wear, you can finally look past the little shit and stop all the damn crying, all while having no guilt and still being happy. This prescription wear is so amazing and available for everyone that needs it. Now is the time to stop throwing fits and crying over the little shit. Get yourself a pair so you can start to look past it all yourself and live a happier life. You know, if that was a real product and people actually wore those prescription wear, the world would be a better place, and none of you idiots would have voted for Biden. Bumbling, Biden, tripping, I'm falling. This is what I do when I can't be calling.
Stop calling me on the phone, you motherfucker.
Yeah, he keeps calling me. I don't know why. I've been trying to get him to stop. I told him that's what's going to happen to his forehead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Call me again. Step up. Boom. No, I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, the world is going to hell quick. Okay? And everybody's pretty much
Nutty as a fruitcake.
and it needs to stop worrying about everything around them and just worry about your fucking self. Okay? I'm Gen X, right? Now, back in my days, we drank out of garden hoses. We rode our bikes from the time we woke up until the time it was time to go to bed. We were on our bikes or skateboards or roller skates. Okay? We didn't come back home. We didn't want to be home. Okay? Our parents didn't want us there, and we sure the fuck didn't want to be there until the streetlights came on. Then it was time to get your ass home, because if you weren't home in a certain amount of time from the streetlights coming on, your ass was grass. I'm telling you. Now, I burned myself a few times on that. I'll admit, I was across town a little too far, and it took me a little longer than expected to get back home, and, well, I got in trouble. As I should have. Oh, well.
That boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
Okay, so I couldn't put the time together correctly, all right?
Nice kid, but a little dumb.
I'm sorry, I said. Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, I'll quit being an idiot.
You idiot.
All right, anyway. We had it made. We could do whatever the fuck we wanted, however we wanted, when we wanted. We were more scared of parents than we were the cops. Okay? Police didn't bother us. Didn't scare us. Fucking parents? Shit. They'd whoop your ass right out in the middle of the damn street. They'd do it in the middle of the supermarket, in the middle of Walmart, in the middle of Hy-Vee. They start whooping your ass. You want some Honey Nut Cheerios? And she says no. Or some Lucky Charms? And she says no. You better shut the fuck up and keep going, because you throw that fit, you're getting your ass beat, getting taken out to the car. You're going to be sitting in a hot fucking car with the windows up, no air conditioning running, no car running, no music, no nothing. Just sit there until mom is done with her grocery shopping or whatever fucking shopping she's doing or whatever the hell she's doing, getting her nails done, her hair done, or whatever. You throw a fucking fit, you're sitting out in the car. Nowadays, you throw a fit, I want to punch you in the face, the parents, because they're letting their kids fucking throw a fit. I don't give a shit what the government says. You can't smack your kid. You can't hit your kid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can't abuse them, but you can still punish them. And if you're not punishing them, you are the problem. Anyway, that's enough for me. That is Cracker Joe in Time for Crazy. I just want to let you know I am back. It is season 3. I am going to try and keep this up and running as long as I can this year. Medically speaking, if everything goes well, I should be on time every Friday. The only reason I was late this time is because, I had some technical difficulties with the film. I'm doing video podcasts now, so any of you listening to me on an audio podcast, you can find me over at TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I'd go to YouTube first, though, because you definitely get the long video there. So anyway, just keep that in mind. Come over to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, send me an email, send me a postcard. I don't care. Call me. Shit, there's a button on leave me a voicemail on my website, www.timeforcrazy.fun, not .com, .fun, timeforcrazy.fun. Anyway, or you can go over to linktree.com/timeforcrazy and get all my links to all my social media, all my websites, everything else that I have out there in the world of internet. Okay? So, you guys have fun, and remember, stay crazy, my friends. All right, folks, we have come to the conclusion of another wild episode of Time for Crazy. Thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the latest episodes right to your phone, tablet, or your PC. Stop back next week for more crazy fun on Time for Crazy with your host, Cracker Joe. Have a wonderful week, and remember, stay crazy, my friends.